Hey everybody, John O'Connor here again. This is After the Dice 3. Where have I been? I got my niece coming over a little bit later, so we busted this out, and I thought I'd just do a quick little doodle on it, because I was bored. Alright, so last week I didn't post anything or really do much with D&D except host my weekly group. And that was more because we had a lot of people coming in and out of the house. I didn't have time to find somewhere quiet to sit down and record. You know, we had a lot of foot traffic, and I just didn't want to make a video. I actually had one video recorded, and I just never got around to posting it last week. And that one's about house rules. If I remember this week, I'll actually post it. So this segment here is probably going to be revamped, if not altogether just obliterated. I really wanted to do a video after every session to, tell you what's going on with the story and, the funny things my players did. The problem is, I'm doing a level 1 campaign that's gradually building up to, hopefully, a level 20 campaign, and there's no central villain right now. There's no over ominous threat. They're very much small fish in a big bowl. So nobody really wants to hear about how they hunted the boar or how they took down the 2 zombies. It's personal triumphs for them, and their personalities building every week, but it's not enough to make a saga about yet. So if I keep doing After the Dice, it's going to be more about the players more so than the playing. On a Thursday night, you've got 4 distinct personalities in a room. You have mine. I'm the storyteller. I'm the guy who just has to hold everything together and keep my thoughts and opinions to a minimal because I don't want them reflecting into too many NPCs and telling the players how to play. Then you have the map maker, John, who is able to, he'll adapt to whatever you need. He has over 10 years of experience under his belt, and he just has character ideas that he really wants to play. You got the young lady we're playing, or the young lady whose house we're playing at, Nicole. She, she's just learning the ropes as far as to do this, to do that. And every week, I'm always trying to make sure it's a positive experience for her and Carly, so they don't get the wrong idea about D&D and what it could be. I consider myself very lucky to have 2 women in my group right now. It used to be 3, but the other one had personal issues and had to leave the group. And we actually lost Nicodick a few months ago, only because of travel constraints for him. So losing 2 players, I'm so lucky to have a very strong group of 3. A lot of the time I find myself building a temporary NPC who comes along for a couple of missions and then gets written out. If sometimes to come back, sometimes not. I like the idea of a 4-person group, but I've played enough to know that a 3-person group works just fine too. It's just occasionally, I actually want to have an adventurer in the party, so that's why I do that. But, so you've got the map maker, Jonathan, the person we're playing at their house, Nicole, and then we got the girl who can cry and command, Carly. And so they make a very strong dynamic group as far as when they put a character into a party. So I really want to focus more on them moving forward than what their character actions, what my overarching story is, because it doesn't matter. You can have the most elaborate story you can think of. If your players aren't into it, nobody cares. You can have the most basic story, and if you have characters who really want to role play, suddenly it becomes interesting to hear about. So this segment shouldn't be about the story being told, but rather the people telling the story. with that in mind, these last 2 weeks, they have fought off an orc party, band of orcs who tried to take over the city, and it wasn't, they single-handedly did it. There was a very large group effort. The girls are playing level adjustment 2 characters, and the map maker's playing now a 3rd level character who just got to 4th, so they got to 2. And it was interesting, having this orc raiding party of just 1st level characters. That's been something difficult for me with doing a level 1 campaign, is scaling things down. I'm so used to, a base level 10 campaign where, you have to make it this difficult or they just mow over it. Now I'm kind of having to throw blows, really make everybody a southpaw so you can see it coming kind of thing. Because I don't want the guys to die, but I just don't want to hand them a victory either. So it's interesting with level 1 orcs holding clubs, they only had 10 hit points, so sometimes if they did full damage, they could knock out themselves. So when I was rolling ones, I always made sure the orc hit either himself or somebody else in his own party, so they took each other out, so the guys didn't have to worry about it. They still had to eliminate the threat afterwards, but yeah. So they had fun doing that. They have this very present knowledge that we don't have enough money or have enough clout to get a resurrection right now, and so we have to do it right the first time. So they know I'm not trying to kill them, but they know that if I do critical damage on them, I'm going to do critical damage on them, so they need to be careful. It's creates this very fine line they're walking of, let's have fun, let's not be stupid. Suddenly they're not thinking of these characters as a video game where they can just start over and, we can split them up. What they're thinking rather is, okay, this is a living organism. I don't want to have to build another one. Let's keep going. So there's been a lot of fun in that. 2 weeks ago, we actually had somebody else drop in, a guy by the name of Jonathan. That doesn't get confusing in a room, so for the sake of this video and any future videos, let's give him the nickname Coaster. Please don't drink on this side. I don't know why my coaster says that, but it does. So for just the sake of simplicity, I'm John, the DM. There's Jonathan, the map maker, and now there's another Jonathan in this story we'll call Coaster. Coaster was having a bad day, and he doesn't particularly like me. I'm rather indifferent about him. But if you're having a bad day and you just want to sit in a D&D group, as long as you're just there to sit and listen, you're not bothering me. I'll let you sit and listen. And it was actually kind of funny having him there because he actually did something I didn't think he was going to do. I thought he was going to overdo it and I was going to have to call him out on it, but he didn't. He gave the alley-oop a couple times. When I was describing a band of dogs running, he started making barking sounds in the corner. I said that there was a drunkard in the corner, and he took a bottle and he started clanking it against the table, just to emphasize the sound of glass. So it was actually kind of nice as having someone there that you're painting a picture, and then they're just doing backup audio. Not something I want on a regular basis, but it's kind of cool. Especially if you just have someone there who's like, hey, I'll play backup, I'll play bass in your band, to kind of go, this is what you hear, and then magic, there's a guy over there making sound effects. Alright. So, it was a nice change of pace. It could have gotten out of hand really quickly, but he knew timing, which I thought was kind of cool. Coaster was really good about just going, okay, this isn't too serious, but it's building up to something, make the sound now. Not, okay, this is the middle of dialogue, don't go, because there's another guard in the background that has a flute or something. So that was pretty cool in timing. I keep meaning to... I actually want to do one of these videos where I play D&D at, because then I can actually show you guys my gaming board, the little props we use and everything. It's just at the end of the night, I'm tired, I want to go home, or I want to spend 2 or 3 hours just talking to my players, and we just don't get around to it. So eventually I will make good on that, and we'll record something. Maybe I can convince one of my players to get in front of the camera. The problem is, the map maker, he has seen a couple of these videos. He says, his opinion about the matter is, half the time when I'm talking about him, he was there, so why is he going to watch it? So I don't knock him for that. When you guys leave him compliments, he likes to read them, but his Yahoo or his YouTube account's out of whack right now, so he can't leave you comments and thank yous. So if you left a compliment about the map in the past, or some aesthetic decision that he made, he does say thank you, but he's just not going to get in front of the camera and say thank you because he's just kind of shy like that. Nicole really doesn't have an interest in getting in front of the camera either. Carly has expressed a vague interest, but again, it's all about timing. I'm not trying to drag my friends into doing this. This is something I wanted to do. So I don't force them to get on this end of the camera, and I just ask them, hey, don't make fun of me because I'm doing this. So it's a nice little agreement we have. I feel like I'm leaving things out, but I'm kind of just doing this one off the fly. I don't have any notes written today. I have notes written about other videos I'm probably going to record today too. But I wanted to just tell you guys, I'm alive, I'm okay, I'm still here. I still read your comments when you post them. I cannot draw a cube. This is why I don't make maps. This is why I tell stories. You see this right here? I don't care about this. That's how little I care. That took me like 10 minutes to do, and I was like, I don't like it. I'm a storyteller, I'm not an artist. I try to be an artist. I got some art lying around here somewhere, but I suck at it. But I thoroughly enjoyed my spring break. I actually got to spend time with my friends, as I said, playing D&D, actually just hanging out with them. For my birthday, I went to go see Wicked. I actually took Nicole with me. If you see my new profile picture, that's me in a suit. That's how nice I can clean up. She cleaned up a hell of a lot nicer than I did. I got out of my house and like, damn, I look good. Picked her ass up, and she was like, I looked at her and I'm like, well, I feel underdressed all of a sudden. So, that picture right there is as well as I can clean up. So if you think it's good, okay. If you don't think it's good, well, that's as good as I can get. I think I'm going to wrap up this video. I've been rambling on long enough, and I think you guys have other things you want to be doing too. But I'm alive, I'm here, and there will be new content posted this week. Hope you guys had a good spring break, and I'll see you soon.